Time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
Here's a trick that I do when family members just ask me if I'm single or what I'm doing in my life. Like, oh my God, you're 37. Like, aren't you worried? I just say, oh my God, I'm dating a lot of people. I'm having so much fun. And then they get kind of weirded out that you're so happy and excited about it. And then you're like, yeah, and I'm really enjoying work and like things are just going great. Being happy about your life makes it harder for someone to bring you down, at least in person. As opposed to, oh, Aunt Susie, yeah, I'm dating, haven't found the one. Gonna grill you, give you advice you don't want. About happy things, she'll ask you about happy things.
Yeah, so basically just lie to them, Notice how she said that relatives asking why she's single are trying to bring her down. They're not trying to be mean or bring you down, they're just curious or worried. The reason you add bad connotations to those questions is because you yourself know that it's bad to be single at 37. You know it's not how it should be, you know the biological clock is ticking, you're worried that you might not find someone anytime. And those things weigh on your consciousness and you feel exposed when someone asks about it.
Don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence.
And so she hides from reality by saying, oh my, I'm dating so many people, it's so funny, and work is going so great, and everything is going so well. Like, can you picture her at 45? Oh, I just love my 9 to 5 in the office, it makes me feel so productive. And my 7 cats at home, they're so funny. And my boxed wine is just so delicious. Everything is perfect.
Single girls, this is for you. I had this epiphany the other day. I thought back to weeks in my life where I was worried about being single every day, for months probably. Every day, that feels, can you imagine how that feels? Just that little pain every day. And I was kind of choosing to keep that with me. Worrying about being single is completely exhausting. And frankly, I just don't have time for that. It's not like I sleep very well anyways. So you have 2 options. You can worry about being single every single day and do that to yourself. You can let just the thought pass.
Yeah, or you can cope about it. We got you. There is a reason why getting over 30 troubles literally all women. Same as there is a reason men feel bad if they are not successful. You see, men usually feel bad if they are not improving, if they are not financially stable, if they don't have status, because all those things attract women. So not being in shape, not being able to stand your ground, not being decisive, not being successful, makes men feel bad because they know they won't receive attention or romantic success due to a lack of the things women are attracted to. In the same way, women perfectly understand that as their looks fade, as attention and validation start to lower, their value in the dating market will decrease. They won't be able to secure the men they could a few years back. And on top of that, if they've been messing around all this time, they know men won't like it. If on top of that, they have a crappy personality, they subconsciously realize they're left with nothing, and so they cope.
Hey, so you ready for our date? They're kind of different than your profile pictures.
Yeah, they're a couple months old.
Yeah, mine are old too, so I get it. But anyway, so I mean, those are nice jeans. What kind are they? Do a little spin. Let me check them out.
Okie dokie. Hey, where'd you go?
So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me and we were supposed to go out for dinner tonight as a single mom. So it's a few hours before the dinner. I get a Instagram message that he's not gonna be able to make it. He has to bail. This was a guy from my DMs and he's out of town. He said he was coming into town, wanted to take me out for dinner. I said sure, cleared my schedule, made sure that I used one of my 4 free nights a month to meet this guy. And the funny thing is that I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling a few days ago and told a few friends that this guy was going to stand me up. So I guess at least he had the decency to send me a message and let me know that he wasn't going to make it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think this guy had actually any intentions of coming to my city. I think it was all bullshit and I was just picking up on this really hardcore. But I can't even get a date. I literally cannot even get one date, get people to meet me. I don't understand what it is. I'm not on the dating apps, trying to meet people in real life. Thought maybe I would try my DMs to see if that was an option, like my own personal dating app for all my social media. That's not working. What is it? Like, what am I not getting? What am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing?
So in my opinion, this woman has some green flags. You know, she's trying to date in real life or with people she already knows. She's not just meeting up with strangers on dating apps where most people just want to smash. She's not meeting men at clubs. She speaks in a good tone. She doesn't proclaim to be a bad bee. Well, maybe we've come to a point in society where not having a horrendous attitude is a green flag, but I don't know, guys. Maybe I just woke up too optimistic today, but you can clearly see the difference between this woman and the first one we covered. The first one, you couldn't even date because her entitlement would leave no place in the room. But this woman seems like a good catch, right? She's attractive, her life seems in order, she puts more attention to her child than to dating apps as it should be. So let's give her all the benefits of the doubt. Let's presume she got divorced for natural reasons. The reason why you're not meeting a good guy is probably due to too high standards or some hidden red flags. Because here's the thing, guys. I know many people who have formed families at 30, at 40, even at 50. So for example, a divorced 30-year-old woman gets with a divorced 30-year-old man. A single 40-year-old woman gets with a single 40-year-old man. People at 50 who already have kids maybe meet other people at 50 who have kids as well. And the reason for those relationships to work is quality people. This is something that I've mentioned in previous videos. Feel free to disagree in the comments below, but even at age 30 or 40, even as a single mother, if you are a good catch, men will eventually be interested in you. Of course, excuse me guys, trying to find a life partner is best at 20, but even at 30, if you know how to be a good wife, you will most definitely find a man. There are a lot of men out there who are in their 30s and have been divorced or have been single because they have been grinding and they will be ready to form a family with a good woman. I mean, American men are literally thirsty for marriage material women who won't cheat on them, leave them, or be a burden. So if you are not able to get a serious relationship, either you have too high standards, you know, you are 30 plus and have a kid, you can't expect wealthy, successful men in their late 20s to be super enthusiastic about being with you because they have better options, right? Or you are just not wifey material, honestly. But what do you guys think?
Keep having first dates that are not bad, but not great. We need to have a little chat. Don't mind me, I'm just making lunch. I was intentionally single for, I would say, probably 5 years after getting out of an abusive and toxic relationship.
When women say they are single, there is a 99% chance they're not really single but messing around. But hey, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because I'm feeling optimistic today.
And once I moved to New York City, I decided that I really wanted to start intentionally dating because I do want a long-term partnership and kind of have to get yourself out there if that's something that you want. So I've been intentionally dating for the last 8 months while living in New York City, and I'm not a dating expert, but I do have some good tips. Literally all about your mindset and perspective. Let me explain. I know everybody has different intentions for dating. For myself personally, I'm looking for one person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. One person. And let's take me for example again. I live in New York City where there are 8 million people in New York City alone. That's a lot of people. That's one person I'm looking for out of 8 million. And I do think it's possible to find your person or find someone that you want to choose to spend the rest of your life with. But think about it in terms of a game. And I think it will make a little bit more sense and it will help you feel a little less like bogged down when you go on a date that's not great. The odds of finding, again for myself, 1 out of 8 million, I'm gonna have to roll the dice, right? I'm gonna have to play the game many, many times before I finally find a match. It's a numbers game. I don't think it's a game, but it's definitely a numbers game. The more you put yourself out there, the more you roll the dice, the better chances or the better odds you have of meeting someone that you're gonna really click with. So when you go on a first date that's not great, remind yourself that you rolled the dice and you're one step closer to meeting someone that you do align with and you do click with. I know it can be frustrating and I know it can be hard, but that is why I treat myself to a little something after every first date that just doesn't turn out to be great, because it's positive reinforcement that keeps me in the game.
I mean, credit where credit is due, at least she's looking for something serious and long-lasting. The reason this approach is dumb, however, is that you see love as a roulette, where if you spin the wheel 8 million times, you eventually get the prize. Let me give you an example of why this doesn't work. If you just finished college and you apply to 100 different jobs which pay $20,000 a month, on how many of them will you get accepted, do you think? The answer is 0, and the reason why is because you are forgetting about quality. You won't get a high-earning job straight out of college because you lack experience. You are not a worker deserving of such a high paycheck because you lack the experience and a built-up skill set, meaning your quality of work is not worth $20,000. In the same way, you won't magically land on Prince Charming after spinning the wheel multiple times. If you are a quality woman, a good woman, you really won't see this as a numbers game, because if you lack the ability to keep a man, you can spin the wheel endlessly, but you won't find the perfect man. Getting a good man is really about just being a good woman. It's not dependent on luck, there is no way to cheat or get around it. If women just work on being good dating material, men will approach them naturally. And lastly, I really don't think love and serious relationships are a numbers game. When you find a partner that you like, you don't ask yourself, is this the best option I have between the 8 million in my city? Is this really the best person for me out of the 8 billion in the world? And this is why I personally don't trust dating apps to find true love, because you can't really choose who you are going to love based off of some characteristics and stats you saw about him. But love is something subjective for the most part, so leave me your thoughts about how it works in your opinion in the comments, guys. And thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, I really enjoy looking at them. And the red flag counter is already on the way. So yeah, I'll see you next time.